Do you hear me? Oh.
Why is that acting up? Okay. Okay, guys, we are back. It is almost Thanksgiving time, so we are here with some 32 Thanksgiving stories, which we're not going to go through all of them, but these are some unforgettable horror stories that people have had on their own with their own family. Why is YouTube acting up?
It seems to be fine.
No, it keeps popping up. Okay. Well, I've got some stories for you guys. Let's see. Let's King Joker's dealing with some issues, but I'm your host Harley, as always, joined by the missing King Joker. Okay, we're just gonna jump right in.
King Joker is back. Left my lighter in my other jacket.
Them damn cigarettes.
They make King Joker sexy.
Okay, here we go. Let's start our show. So, people are sharing stories about when their their Thanksgivings completely went off the rail. And some of these stories, myself, I'm speechless about because I've read a few of them. Okay, let's go down to this one. Okay, our first one. One glorious Thanksgiving, my mom and aunt decided to try edibles. Naturally, they made their rookie mistake by eating another one after another, 15 minutes, only one after another, only 15 minutes apart, because they're not doing anything. Fast forward 2 hours, and mom is full panic mode about whether or not the local ducks she feeds daily were starving overnight because there's no way she's in any fit state to go out and feed them. And my aunt is waking my uncle up every half hour, asking him to tell her whether or not she's still breathing. That one would be kind of funny if to watch your aunt and your mother go into a fit like that because they've ate so many gummies that they're high as a kite.
Yeah, my cousin and my cousins and my uncle had that happen at a Patriots game. Somebody made cookies and didn't tell anybody that there were edibles in them.
That'd be hilarious. And it says that like the thing shows a picture of, let's see, like that's the picture that it's showing.
That's funny.
The edible just hit.
Mm.
Okay, second one. My dad bought a Ron Popley. Oh, it's one of those set it and forget it things.
I don't know what those are.
Like the rotisserie ovens, you put the turkey or the chicken in it,
Oh,
and you start the timer and you set it and let it cook.
oh yeah, my mom was one of those, or had one of those. I don't know if she still does.
Okay, so my dad bought one of those set it and forget it. It's a rotisserie oven one year, just so he could make our Thanksgiving turkey that way. He got so excited, invited the whole family over. Of course, he said it and forgot it. And he forgot to check the weight limit, and the turkey was completely frozen in the center. Everything was closed except 7-Eleven. So that year they had lukewarm hot dogs and microwave burritos for Thanksgiving. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Some burritos for Thanksgiving, because I do all the cooking and I hate. I'm to the point. I'm like, let's just do some Chinese food.
Yeah, I would never go for that. I mean, I'm more than willing to step in the kitchen and help with the dinner, but I ain't eating no fucking burritos or Chinese food for Thanksgiving dinner.
Okay, during a childhood Thanksgiving, my mom's candles caught the kitchen curtains and some decorative greenery on fire. My sister, my cousins, and I were at the kids' table in the kitchen while the adults were in the dining room, so no one of significance noticed anything except me. Before we started eating, my mom threatened us with pain and of death if we annoyed the adults during dinner. So when the fire got out of hand, I quickly walked into the dining room, stood silently for a minute or two until someone noticed me, and then did I politely say sorry, but the kitchen's on fire. My mom still gives me grief about my prioritizing politeness over sense of urgency. Well, okay, see, me personally, if my mother threatened death to if I come into the kitchen or into the bother the adults, I'm not gonna bother the adults, that's on them.
Yep.
My grandma and grandpa got divorced, and grandpa eventually remarried. One Thanksgiving during the "What are we most thankful for" portion of dinner, my not so well grandpa stood up and declared that he regretted letting my grandma divorce him, and that is what the biggest mistake of his life, right in front of his new wife.
That's funny.
What happened next? What did the outburst of drama um, Colcom what happened next? He sat back down. His old wife chuckled nervously, and he continued with the speech. Basically, we all tried to act like nothing happened.
Man, that's a boring ass one.
A family friend who happened to be a lesbian thought it would be a good idea to carry at least 20 plates across the living room before Thanksgiving dinner. And a shocking surprise to absolutely no one, she dropped all the plates on the floor. Then my grandfather, who barely knows this friend, says the most infamous words in our family's history. You know those lesbians' slippery fingers? That's that'd be. It's comical because old people say things that they don't realize is not appropriate. But I'm looking forward to getting old and saying whatever I want and it being okay.
Yep. I mean, I do
Okay.
that now. I do that now, but whatever.
Yeah. Okay, this was back in the 80s, aka no Google. We finished our Thanksgiving dinner and everyone was cleaning up. Somehow the button broke off the dishwasher. So my grandfather grabbed some super glue to fix it. He ended up gluing his hand to the door of the dishwasher. The adults tried to free him to no avail. So my father had to quite literally dismantled the dishwasher door with his father's hand superglued to the front of it. He carried the door with my grandfather attached to the back of our station wagon and brought both the conjoined duo to our local emergency room. They waited for several hours only to be set free by a nurse who happened to have nail polish remover in her locker. That story kind of reminds me of the I superglued myself to myself from American Pie.
Classic. There's 1,000 things I'll dissolve that. Like it's.
Okay, but back in the 80s, they didn't really know that. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, about 2 years ago, we had my brother's brother and his family over for Thanksgiving. Oh my, it's been a long day. I love them. So sweet, so funny, but they were very sensitive within their own family and never ever shared personal details with each other. We do this thing like many families do, where we go around the dinner table and say what we're thankful for. Completely normal. After a few too many glasses of wine, my uncle decided to share how grateful he was for the nurse in the hospital that took care of my aunt when she had a heart attack a few weeks before Thanksgiving. But none of my cousins knew she had a heart attack or that she was even taking medication for it. They literally did not know their own mother had had a heart attack because they don't share information like that. That's some crazy shit. At Thanksgiving, getting drunk and finding out your mother had a heart attack?
Yeah, that'd be pretty bad. I mean, how would you not know your mother had a heart attack? That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay. My husband was an only child of divorced parents. His father loved me, but his mother couldn't stand me. To be clear, the woman couldn't stand anybody. She was a horrible person. On this particular Thanksgiving, she had been married about 6 years. My mother in law cooked a nice turkey dinner and we all sat down to eat. We filled our plates and I had one forkful of food in my mouth when my husband asked my mother in law what she would like for Christmas. My mother in law looked directly at me, pointed her fork in my face, and said, "Well, I don't know what your brother asked me, but since because since you married her, you never buy me what I want anyways." My husband put his fork down on his plate, very carefully stood up and said, "Fine, then don't need her sitting at your dinner table. We're leaving." And we got up and left Thanksgiving dinner. That's kind of boring.
Yeah, you really should pre-read these before we do them. Just saying.
Well, I read some of them, not all of them.
Doing half the fucking work, and this is what happens. Just saying.
Not always. Thank you very much. Okay, when I was a little kid, I asked to say the Thanksgiving dinner prayer. It was a big honor to say it. My family was also notorious for fighting. So I said my little prayer all nice and cute and then ended up with a smart ass. God, please let my family act normal today and not fight. Before I could even blink my eyes open, my German grandmother slapped me across the face really hard, which pissed off my mother. Lots of yelling, and then we left.
That was stupid.
I probably would be the mother and get up and knock the shit out of the grandmother who slapped my child.
I definitely would have some words.
Yeah. Okay. We're celebrating Thanksgiving years ago, and my cousin and I were upstairs watching TV while the adults were downstairs cooking. My cousin, who we call Max, was notorious for stripping down to his undies at any possible opportunity. That Thanksgiving, Max decided to strip down to his undies and wrestle with my other cousin. All of a sudden, punches were being thrown. So Max, still partly naked, runs downstairs in front of everyone in only his underwear. Genius kid, right? Anyway, he slipped and fell in the middle of the kitchen. My Uncle Jack, who was holding a hot tray of mashed potatoes, tripped over Max, spilled them all over his partly naked body. Cue my grandmother screaming, "Why is my naked grandson covered in mashed potatoes?" And my grandfather replying, stranger things have happened, like when we found out that Jack's half sister.
Yeah, that's kind of yeah.
I think some. We're not even on YouTube. Oh well. Okay, well, I guess we'll call it a show since YouTube wants to act up today, and that's where all our comments normally come from, is YouTube. So, guys, have a happy Thanksgiving, and we will see you on Saturday the 5th. No, the 6th. Yeah, Saturday the 6th for our wrestling bracket. No, it's this
No, you.
Saturday the
I was,
29th.
I was gonna say you got that wrong.
Yes, Saturday the 29th, guys, for our wrestling music bracket. Good night, cousin Carolyn, and happy Thanksgiving. Oh, we're getting Facebook comments now. We don't ever get Facebook comments.
Because Facebook usually sucks, but yeah.
Okay, guys, but have a happy Thanksgiving, and we will see you on Saturday. Bye.